The rain was a furious drummer against the broken streetlights. Evelyn Hart, the formidable CEO of a global firm, didn't just fall. She crashed. Her designer heel, a symbol of the polished life she fiercely controlled, snapped on the slick pavement. Now, she lay on the cold ground, her ankle a spike of white-hot pain, the storm washing away her veneer of power. Welcome back to my channel, Classic Stories. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Now, let's dive into the story. She crawled backward, her soaked suit clinging to her, as heavy, determined footsteps approached. Fear, a sensation alien to her corporate life, seized her throat. "Please, don't hurt me," she choked out, her voice cracking through the darkness. I can't walk." The man who knelt beside her wasn't a threat. He was Noah Reeves, a single father, a mechanic whose hands were rough from fixing engines, and whose eyes were tired from working double shifts, yet held a steady, quiet strength. He didn't see the feared CEO. He saw a wounded human being. "I'm not here to hurt you," his voice, soft and calm, wrapped around her like a blanket. "I'm here to help." Evelyn winced, a sharp cry escaping her as she tried to move. Noah didn't hesitate. He scooped her into his arms, carrying her as if she weighed nothing. For the first time in years, resting against his rough, rain-drenched hoodie, Evelyn felt something utterly unexpected: safe. Noah carried her into his world, a small, cluttered mechanic shop, his sanctuary. It smelled faintly of oil, steel, and warm, drying clothes by a humming space heater. He gently settled her on an old swivel chair and began searching for a first aid kit. The CEO's instinct screamed at Evelyn, "Don't show weakness. Don't rely on a stranger." Yet, as Noah knelt, his big, practiced hands carefully wrapping her swollen ankle, she couldn't maintain her guard. This wasn't a boardroom. It was a haven of genuine care. "Thank you," she whispered, surprised at how small and true the sound was. He handed her a steaming, dented metal mug. "You're freezing. Drink this." The hot tea, far from any luxury she knew, tasted warmer than anything she'd had in months. Noah's daughter, Lily, clutching a stuffed bunny. "Daddy, is she lost?" "She's hate," Noah replied, his voice a gentle caress. "We're helping her." Watching the soft, unquestioning affection between father and daughter, Evelyn felt a cold, long-held shield around her heart finally crack. Her childhood had been about expectations and demands, never comfort. She realized she couldn't remember the last time someone cared without an agenda. As hours passed and the storm raged outside, Evelyn found herself talking about the crushing loneliness of her success, the relentless expectations. Noah simply listened, quiet and deeply understanding. "You carry too much alone," he observed softly. "I don't have a choice," she countered, defensiveness rising. "Everyone has a choice," he replied, meeting her gaze. "Even you." As dawn approached, painting the messy workshop with gentle light, Noah insisted on driving her home. His old truck rattled past the pristine, towering gates of a mansion. "This is where you live?" he asked, a subtle hesitation in his voice. She nodded, suddenly embarrassed by the emptiness of a gilded cage compared to the small shop's warmth. "Thank you," she said, her voice quiet. "For everything." He didn't ask for money, a business card, or a favor. He just said, "Take care of that ankle. And take care of yourself, too." A simple command, yet it resonated louder than any boardroom praise. The next week, Evelyn couldn't shake him. She returned to the workshop, first with an excuse, then with none at all. Slowly, shyly, she became a fixture in Lily's life, reading stories, helping with drawings, learning what true, uncomplicated warmth felt like. Noah saw her, the awkward woman who laughed easily, who softened around his daughter, not the CEO. Evelyn saw him, a man who carried mountains alone without complaint. Her world, however, quickly found out. Gossip channels and board members questioned why a billionaire would spend time with a simple mechanic. But Evelyn, who had once lived to meet their expectations, now refused. "You don't have to defend me," Noah told her gently one night. I'm not ashamed of you, she replied, her eyes locked on his. I'm tired of pretending I don't want something real. He searched her face, his gaze deep and steady. You're sure? Being in my life, it's not easy. I don't have money or status. She cut him off, leaning into the truth she had discovered on the cold pavement. You have exactly what I need. What's that? He asked. A place to belong. One evening, as Lily played at their feet, Evelyn placed her hand on his. The night you found me, she whispered, I thought I was completely alone. But you didn't just help me walk. You helped me stand again. Noah's eyes softened with that deep, quiet tenderness she adored. And you, he said, gently squeezing her hand, gave me something, too. What? He smiled faintly, a reason to hope again. Lily looked up at them, her bright, innocent grin mirroring the hope in their eyes. Are you two going to get married? She asked suddenly. Evelyn laughed, a real, free, unrestrained sound. Maybe one day, she whispered, brushing Lily's hair back. But for now, we're a team. Lily hugged them both, her small arms bringing them together tighter than any contract or fancy title ever could. Evelyn Hart didn't find love in the cold marble of a mansion or the high stakes of her meetings. She found it in a cramped, oil-scented workshop, in a single dad's quiet strength, and in a little girl's innocent embrace. The night she begged, please don't hurt me, she had no idea the man who appeared out of the darkness would be the one who healed her instead. Sometimes, life changes not with power or money, but with a single, simple act of kindness that becomes the unforgettable beginning of everything.